Welcome everyone to DeMars Coaching. My name's David. This video is about why. Why do women date bad boys? Why? Why do you women date bad men? And I think this is a good video since most of my material and content is about narcissistic relationships. So a lot of you are watching my videos because you've been hurt by narcissists, and we know that there's more narcissistic men than women. So that means there's a lot more women on my channel watching these videos. And you've dated some bad boys. So this is something I've been studying for many years, actually, and I have my own opinions and things like this that I'll address at the end. But what I did is I'm sourcing a couple different sources, and one of them is Jordan Peterson. Regardless of your opinions about him, he's an amazing psychologist with just a wealth of information. And so I'm going to tell you what he says about this. And then I also am going to cite an article from Psychology Today about this, and then my own opinion. So Jordan Peterson says the women that fall for bad boys cannot distinguish the difference between productive competence and arbitrary power. Actually being competent or just faking it, fooling it, the narcissist, right? And most likely probably comes from broken homes. And so the psychology of this is something I've talked about a lot about, if we grow up in a family where the parents are narcissistic, they're more about themselves than you, where there's neglect, maybe some abuse, and that's kind of the adult relationships we end up having. He says younger women are more likely to be seduced by psychopaths and narcissists. That makes sense. He says psychopaths and narcissists mimic false confidence, the false narcissist confidence. They end up hating because they get attracted to these false confident narcissistic psychopathic men, and they get hurt, right? They get traumatized, and they end up hating. They just label it as just masculine confidence. Very common. And if they do this, these types of women, if they have children and they're boys, this is a cycle, and they end up emasculating their own boys. These boys grow up mistreating women. Cycle. He also said that women fear violence, but also want someone who can be violent and protect them from violent men. Interesting. And then the article I read in Psychology Today by Vanita Mehta is a study by Gregory Carter at the University of Durham. So this study, for one, shows that more men possess dark triad traits than women. We know that. Some of the dark triad traits we're talking about that present themselves to women in dating are dominance, grandiosity, competitive, entitlement, charming, and then they're more about short-term mating, and they are not monogamous. The dark triad encompasses narcissism, psychopathy, and Machiavellianism. I made videos about those if you're interested in watching and learning more about that. So this study, they took 128 female undergraduates, so young females, and you heard what Jordan says. So it's about two men. They had one man that possesses dark triad traits, and then they had a control subject. And what the women were looking at was a self-description by these two men. And the self-description from the dark triad encompasses all the dirty dozen measures, which are attention, admiration, favors, prestige, manipulation, exploitation, deceit, flattery of others, lack of remorse, morality concerns, sensitivity, and cynicism. The controlled subject had the dark triad traits, but they removed the dark personality traits of that dark triad. So the traits that were bad and dark, they removed them from the control subject. Guess which one the younger woman liked more? They found the dark triad with the dark traits more attractive. Interesting, huh? Freud says it's your father, right? We're attracted to our opposite gender parent. Women that go and date violent men usually had some violence in their childhood, or their father was violent. Violence could be banging, screaming, yelling, things like this. And so I noticed something that I've learned over the years is physical traits that women are attracted to in men. Some of them are like a V-shaped body and things like this. And I think that if you accept evolution, you have to understand that, we've only been civilized for so long, and I think we have still a lot of our primal urges especially when we're younger. We don't really know who we are. We're not mature. We take things at face value more. Don't look into it. So healthy women, healthy, mature women, just a couple of things that they're attracted to. Commitment, responsible, mature. Mature women tend to date a little bit older men because women are a little bit more mature than men. Healthy, not aggressive. You see, an aggressive man shows high levels of testosterone. And the reason you women don't want men all over you and persistent and aggressive and never stop asking you out is because they're showing high levels of testosterone, and subconsciously we know that high levels of testosterone creates disease, and he won't be around long enough to provide for us and our children and protect us. So healthy women want healthy men, not aggressive, not violent, mature, older, responsible, and they want commitment. If you still find yourself in this kind of sexual conflict of dueling desire, I would start introspecting, examining, working on yourself, knowing who you are, and get some help to do that. Especially if we're still attracted to these kind of men in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And this has been getting you probably into a lot of trouble. A lot of men who want to just come in and out of your lives quickly, charming, fake promises. They might be tall, they might be handsome, they might be strong, things like this. You know, and that works, you know, when we were in a more violent world, more focused on our primary needs than our emotional needs. But now we know that our emotional needs are more important. And this isn't what we like anymore. So what do you guys think? And, you know, what are some of your experiences? Where are you right now? What kind of men are you attracted to? Do you find yourself attracted to? Because I think, you know, it's like men can do it too, right? Men can find an attractive woman and say, sure, she's attractive, you know, but some of her behaviors are a little, you know, don't want that in my life. I'm not just gonna, you know, we can recognize, you know, physical beauty, attractiveness, but who is somebody? And that's not something we're going to see immediately, you know. But let me know what you guys think. Always ask questions. I'll answer all of them, and I'm interested to hear some of you guys' experiences. And for the women out there, who are you attracted to? And men too. What do you guys think about this? If you're finding women that want these qualities in you, and that's the kind of things that they keep telling you are so great about you, I'd be careful too. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Enjoy yourself and love yourself first. Thanks. Bye.